safe as you visit Kenya's magnificent beaches. Holidays can be short, don't make life that short. Kenya Maritime Authority ensures your safety in the Kenyan waters. Are you playing your part? Wear your life jacket before going on board. Keep a close watch on children when swimming. Do not stand. Refuse to board a full boat. Stay away from the waters if you're drinking alcohol. Holidays are fun, but don't make it this the last time you enjoy. Kenya Maritime Authority ensures your safety in water. Our call and rescue center is open 24 hours. In case of emergencies, call.
Build them a house that years can't touch. Build them a home that makes them feel safe and loved. Build them a house that lives up to your dreams. When you build a home, build it with Nguvu cement from Bamburi. That is reliable and trusted to build durable structures. Because homes are built to last forever.
Awesome! Brought to you by Kenya Engineer, Kenya Maritime Authority and Bamburi Cement. Awesome! Everything around you has been engineered. Are you tired of reading sensational news items on government contracts? You know, the propaganda type of I don't know what the bank has given some billions to some road projects. You know what I'm talking about. Are you in need of in-depth analysis of how engineering has influenced Kenya, or rather revolutionized humanity? And of course, you've heard about the Malaysias, the Singapores, the tattoo cities. Do you want to know the story behind the tragedies, collapsed buildings, or know the mightier power in those Kawasaki engines? Or passionate about technology and innovation, the iWatch thing, the Akina CGR, the Storos, ati how can railway be standard and have gauges? Or are you looking for tenders, engineering jobs, suppliers? Then join the Kenya engineering community. Get a copy by dialing 0719-207712 or join the Kenya Engineer online community www.kenyaengineer.co.ke. Access to finance is critical to unlocking Africa's great growth potential and to make sure all enjoy economic growth. The global financial systems would be impossible without the work of engineers. Engineers make banking systems possible. For example, the computer engineer is fluent in both the hardware and software aspects of the modern computer systems that make banking possible. Kenya is a leading country in banking and financial innovation, not only in Africa but worldwide. Kenyan innovations like mobile banking are breaking new grounds daily, thanks to the technical inputs of engineers and innovators in Kenya. These advancements in banking have enabled Kenyans to make payments easily, view their account balance and manage their money anytime, anywhere. Other countries like Tanzania, Afghanistan and Nigeria have also embraced these innovations in banking. Did you know 70% of adults in Kenya use mobile banking? 42% of adults have an account at a formal financial institution. 10% of adults have at least one loan outstanding from a regulated financial institution. A GSMA survey performed in June 2011 shows that East Africa has become the most active mobile money market in the world. The alliance between banking and engineering innovations has resulted in services that have been lauded for giving millions of people access to the formal financial systems and for reducing crime in an otherwise largely cash-based society. The banking industry in Kenya has also involved itself in automation, moving from the traditional manual banking to better meet the growing complex needs of their customers and globalization challenges. Engineers play a major role to ensure that the financial and banking systems run smoothly. Engineers provide solutions from the building of the needed infrastructure to coding the needed software. Engineers not only build and manage financial infrastructure, engineers need finances in their projects. To undertake successful projects, a project engineer must have an adequate budget to facilitate the operations and procure the necessary materials. Access to finance is important to any engineering enterprise. This is a statement that has been repeated to many conferences and forums seeking to improve financial capacities to enable Kenya and other developing countries achieve their development goals. While such statements are said in boardrooms and conferences halls, local contractors in Kenya are faced with much bigger hurdles.
The fact is, can we afford it? There has been claims that concrete roads are cheaper or equal costs, comparative costs. It's not true. Concrete roads are expensive. The advantage is, of course, that the maintenance is much less. And I'm sure that you, like me, are sick to death of driving on pothole roads.
The fact that the local contractors cannot afford to finance a project has given room to many foreign contractors to come in and take over many projects in Kenya. The tendering process in Kenya requires or awards tenders to organizations or individuals who can deliver within the stipulated time using their own finances. When the government floats a tender to supply laptops to schools, then the supplier is aware that they should deliver the product first and then the payment comes later. Take, for example, a tender to construct a major highway. This would cost the contractors billions of money. Can any local contractor afford this? Definitely not. It is because of such high financial demands that many local contractors have been locked out of projects and giving room for foreign investors to come in to the rescue.
No single Kenyan owns a vessel that is participating in the international transport trade. What does that mean for us? Is there a niche for us? Is there something we can do? As an authority, we've been crafting into how to craft cabotage laws so that we can support the development of the local shipping industry, which is very critical right now, especially, like I said, when we are getting into extractive industry, because extractive industry means more shipping activities. Are we going to continue sitting and watching from the sidelines while all this business, while all these opportunities, while all these openings are then grabbed by other people as we look? Where is the entry point for Kenya?
Opts to pay the contractors in stages. What this means is that the contractor can only deliver up to the point that availed funds can sustain. So if the project will cost, say, 10 million, the contractor is paid in 4 installments of 250,000, then this contractor will only be delivering as the funds are availed. This mode of payment is said to extend the period taken to complete projects and also increase chances of stalled projects. It is therefore not a surprise that all major projects are taken over by foreign banks that are willing to grant us loans and grant to achieve our development goals. A big percentage of the bank customers are drawn from the engineering sector. Nearly all the projects are funded by various banks through loans and grants. Banks like World Bank and Africa Development Bank have been able to give loans for big and small projects. The need for Kenya to introduce renewable sources of energy have attracted the banking sector through financing have joined world efforts in combating climate change. The construction of Thika Superhighway relied greatly on the loans and grants from banks.
We planned this road with the African Development Bank, with financing, but the designs were sponsored by the government of Kenya. We were to implement this project with or without financial assistance, we had decided that it was important. We approached the bank, they accepted our design, we went for bidding, but as I told you, we were thinking it was a 14 billion project. So the bank was only going to provide around 12 billion. When it turned out to be 27, we decided we were going to go with the project anyway. So we awarded 3 portions of about 9 billion, 9 billion, 9 billion, which made it 27. We agreed with the bank that it was going to fund the 2 sections of the 9, which is 18, and their funds 14 were for those. So we had 1 section, lot 3, that was not funded. It so happened that the winning bidders were all Chinese contractors. So at that stage, after award, and even after we had paid the advance payment from the government of Kenya, we approached the Chinese government, and the Exim Bank of China really agreed to finance this project, and they provided 100% financing. So actually we got back our money, 769 million from the contractor, which we rolled into other programs.
You may want to argue that nothing hinders the local contractor from applying for loans from local banks to finance a project. Not until you realize the long and vigorous process the local contractor or a developer goes through when they apply for a loan. The collateral demands from banks are unachievable for many of the local contractors. The bank reviews the loan application in terms of audited financial statements for the last 3 years, including management accounts. Project proposal highlighting the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats, financial projections, monitoring costs, credit or default risk, enforcement costs. Many of the applications fail at this level. According to an economic survey conducted in 2013, only 30% loan applications for business financing are awarded to small, medium-sized enterprises. The demand for funds is high compared to the available supply. The high cost of credit and high bank charges are just some of the challenges faced by local engineers while trying to source for funds for their projects. What can be done to increase the level of participation by local contractors in undertaking engineering projects? Traditionally, private sector involvement in development projects was limited to implementation tasks like detailed studies, provision of labor, servicing and maintenance. Financing was entirely public, and projects like roads are seen and managed as taxpayers-supported facilities. In an effort to engage local contractors in development projects and reduce loan liabilities, the government has called on private sector to come on board and fund various projects in the country through the public-private partnership. The Public-Private Partnership Policy, PPP, will increase private participation in Kenya's infrastructure market across sectors to support national economic growth and employment creation. The project will support Kenya to improve and generate bankable public-private partnership projects in transport, energy and other sectors that are critical to the transformation of the country from low to middle income status. The partnership will not only bridge financial and capital gaps in infrastructure development, but also assist in providing technological know-how that the government bodies may be lacking. The public-private partnership will, however, require the government to prepare and produce viable projects, have well-established legal framework that will give the private sector confidence to invest in the projects. Such a partnership allows the government and public to enjoy the facilities and little or no costs. The partnership can come in form of concession, also referred to as annuity financing. This is a project based on the granting of succession by government to their private company. In succession agreements, the private sector is responsible for the construction, financing, operation and maintenance of a facility over the period of succession before transferring the facility at no cost to the public.
I believe that the new initiative of constructing 10,000 kilometers of roads through annuity program where SEGA was one of the initiators, will be a key to the success of our economy and will put our infrastructure sector a bigger canvas when the road authorities, the road contractors and the financial institutions will work together as cohesive unit for overall success of our economy. This model has successfully been implemented in many developed and developing countries across the globe.
During the succession period, the promoter or financier owns and operates the facility and collects revenues in order to repay the investment costs, maintain and operate the facility and make a margin of profit. Under this annuity program, 2,000 kilometers of small roads will be complete within the 2014-2015 financial year. In the 2015-2016 financial year, 3,000 kilometers made up of 80% small roads and 20% highways will be done. And in 2016-2017 financial year, 5,000 kilometers, 80% of which will be small roads and 20% highways will be completed. Under this arrangement, contractors can bid for roads. They can then approach financial institutions for financing and the government budgets to pay the banks each year as the contractors complete the roads. The cost is predetermined and the government negotiates low interest rates for the contractors. The same contractors will be tasked to maintain the roads they have contracted for up to 6 years or so. Other ways in which engineers can raise funds for projects is through equity financing. Equity financing is the process of raising capital through the sales of shares in an enterprise. The owners of the enterprise sell off some of its shares to individuals, other organizations, or the public in order to raise funds for business purposes. The key finance providers in Kenya comprise risk fund managers, venture capital funds, and private equity funds through banks still remain the most common. Lack of access to credit is a key problem in technological advances because contractors who cannot access funds cannot afford the advanced technology and will therefore use cheaper and inefficient technology, hence prolonging the project duration and even compromising on quality and safety. There is therefore a need for banks and insurance companies to come on board and increase access to funds for local contractors to enable them compete on a level ground with other foreign contractors.
We are now building a partnership with some microfinance institutions to be part of this lending process between someone who has a low to middle income and who wants to borrow money to a microfinance institution. We want to offer the possibility to bring a technical support to both the borrower and the bank. First, to help the borrower to have a better idea of the cost of his project by offering him technical advice, build of quantities, showing him drawings, standard drawings that we have been preparing, in order that he can have a good idea for himself, but also that the bank is having a good level of confidence in the total cost. And it can be a way for building a trust, a relationship of trust between the bank, the borrower, and the technical advisor.
For example, in real estate, many of the banks are now offering competitive mortgage expenses and provide loans to enable engineers in the housing sector complete projects. Insurance companies have also come on board, especially in the agricultural sector, giving a boost to investment in agriculture. Insurance companies allow policy holders to pay their premiums through mobiles and direct banking. Engineers also cover a great percentage of total insurance consumers. All hardware is insured. The engineer is insured against injury while on site. The insurance policies also ensure the engineers are paid when the project is completed. In our next episode, we look at the industry in Kenya. Join us next week and find out what roles engineers are playing in the Kenyan industrial sector. Find out the vital roles engineers play to ensure that the economy grows through industries and create more employment and economic growth.
Take one for the leaders of the nation, for the painting of a brand new state, for the leaders of the true soil, for another foundation. Take one for the leaders of the nation, for the painting of a brand new state, for the leaders of the true soil, for the movers and shakers. Set this go someplace, them somewhere far, nobody else. To set this course, having a clear appearance beyond the mountains, above the sky. Yeah, we got the same spirit, man, we aiming high, cause we got the power, the dreams to achieve. In everything we do, education is the key. Education is the key. Take one for the leaders of the nation, for the painting of a brand.
Build them a house that years can't touch. Build them a home that makes them feel safe and loved. Build them a house that lives up to your dreams. When you build a home, build it with Nguvu cement from Bamburi. That is reliable and trusted to build durable structures. Because homes are built to last forever.
Stay safe as you visit Kenya's magnificent beaches. Holidays can be short, don't make life that short. Kenya Maritime Authority ensures your safety in the Kenyan waters. Are you playing your part? Wear your life jacket before going on board. Keep a close watch on children when swimming. Do not stand, refuse to board a full boat. Stay away from the waters if you're drinking alcohol. Holidays are fun, but don't make it this the last time you enjoy. Kenya Maritime Authority ensures your safety in water. Our call and rescue center is open 24 hours. In case of emergencies, call